Hey, thank you for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about a sound bar. And it's from Creative. And pretty much this is it. This is the Creative Stage SE Mini. And let's take a walk around it. On the top, you got the Creative logo right there. Nothing else. On the bottom, you got 2 feet with some rubber on it. One side is pretty much nothing. This side is your volume knob, your Bluetooth button, and a headphone jack. No, it's just for headphones, no microphone, okay? And also, if you can hear that, this also is your play and pause button. There's no track skip, at least that I know of. It's just play and pause. And on the back, you got a bass port, a little bit of information right there. And of course, it's powered by USB Type-C. You do get a USB Type-C cable and a nice little, I would say instruction manual, but it's more of just a fold-out sheet in a couple different languages, including English, of course. Now the cable, which is USB Type-C on both sides. This is 4.92 feet in length, or 1.5 meters. The Bluetooth is 5.3 and uses the SBC codec. The headphone jack, I already said, is specifically for headphones, no microphone, so you cannot take a call with this or anything of that nature, all right? There's no built-in battery, so it relies on an external power source. And let's see, they have 2, well, you barely can see it, but there's 2 about right here and here where my fingers are. Full range neodymium drivers. There's 2 of them in there. And the maximum output of each one of those is 5 watts. Now, when I was looking through the specifications on the Creative website and even on Amazon, they say peak power 24 watts. Now, you really can't reach 24 watts with 2 5-watt speakers, but it says 12-watt output is pretty much your normal power range out of this. More on that in a moment. And well, that's pretty much it about all of the specs that I got. I'm not going to go into the dimensions. That's just stupid. But you can see how pretty long it is. It's a pretty nice little speaker. And well, that's pretty much about it for all the specs. So what I'm going to do is give you the test video, and so you can hear it in action, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on what I think of the speaker, the sound quality, everything else like that, maybe some pros and cons, everything. And if I can, I will find some charts to put up just before the audio test of the speaker, and then you can make up your own mind. All right, here's the test video. Okay, I got the speaker set up in the back of the store, kind of by that door you see over there. And I don't have any music playing yet. I got the volume turned up all the way, by the way. There we go, there's the song playing. Okay, now I'm going to slowly walk to the speaker. and I'm gonna skip through some songs. All these songs are from the YouTube Music Library. We're coming up on the speaker right now. You know what? Let me see if you can hear the distortion. I got it turned up all the way. You hear that little bit of rattling? Alright, now I'm going to back away again to the front of the store. And right again, I'm right at the front of the store. I'm just going to let this song play. All right, let's get back to the video. So, now that you heard this thing in action, but you got to remember one important thing about a video here on YouTube. You're not really hearing it true to life on YouTube for a couple of reasons. One, you have to rely on the microphones that are recording the audio, in which this case is my iPad 9th generation. And also you got to remember that YouTube compresses the heck out of all their videos through their algorithms and whatnot, so you can watch this thing. Also, there's your speakers and whatever you're listening to, or headphones, earbuds, whatever. So you're not going to get a 100% true-to-life audio experience from either this or anything else that produces audio. And it doesn't matter if it's my video or somebody else's here on YouTube. I would say you're probably getting about an 80 to 90% true-to-life audio experience from YouTube or wherever else this may be playing on Rumble, BitChute, whoever else. So you're not always getting the true to sound audio experience no matter who's making the video. Okay, just please remember that. Now, I do like this speaker. It has a really good, well-rounded and rich audio reproduction tone to it. The bass comes in really nice. I mean, it does vibrate, it does shake, it can actually give you a little bit of the rumble in the ear type of a thing, depending upon how close you are to it. The mid-ranges are nice and punchy, they come through the mix, and the high tones are very crisp and clean as well. So I do like it. There is a few cons, if you will. Number one, this one is kind of minor, but I thought I'd bring it up. The volume knob is an infinite turn knob no matter which way you turn it. What do I mean by that? It doesn't stop when it's fully up, and it doesn't stop when it's fully down. But they do have a tone and some voice prompts in here. The other thing though is depending upon the device you're playing it through, it may not be as loud as some others. What do I mean by that? The input power of this thing is 5 volts at 3 amps. Now, some of you are still going, okay, what does that mean? Well, when I had this plugged into my laptop, which is usually, and I plugged it into the 3.0 port of my laptop, that was with USB type A, okay, not a USB type C. It was a little quieter that way. Now I plugged it into I powered it with my Ugreen fast charging power bank, this one right here, and it was a hell of a lot louder than if I just had it plugged into my laptop. Yeah, my laptop is probably about 6 years old. And so I just wanted to let you know that sometimes, depending upon the computer you're using it with, it may not be as loud as, say, like this thing here, which pumps out a heck of a lot more power than my USB port on my laptop. This thing got a lot louder, at least. Okay, let's do it in watts, if you will. My laptop, when I plugged it in and powered it through that, let's just say it was probably around the 8 or 9 watt range in power. When I plugged it into this battery pack here, this power bank, and then did the same exact songs in the same exact order, I was getting about 12 watts out of it. So it was definitely louder with this power bank than my old legacy laptop. So I'm just wanted to let you know about that. The other thing I did notice is this will control the volume on your device. Well, at least it did on mine on my Samsung Galaxy S7. So whenever I turned it up and down, I saw the volume on my phone move up and down. I didn't try it out on my iPad. Sorry. But so usually when it works on one device like that, it'll work on all of them. It'll just use your device's volume. When you have the volume turned up all the way, you will hear some distortion creeping in, especially between the different types of genres of music or styles of music. When I listen to, say, let's take Metallica, and I had it cranked up all the way, I listened to things like Battery, just to see how thrash metal will sound coming through this with a whole bunch of music going really fast. And yeah, there was some distortion while it's turned up all the way. When I listen to something like Bootsy Collins or Parliament, certain songs, every now and then, some distortion would creep in, and then otherwise not. When I listen to classical music, no problem. When I listen to the blues, I didn't hear anything. It was getting close to being distorted, but nothing really major. The distortion that comes in when you have it cranked up all the way, you can definitely hear it. It sounds almost like the speaker is bad and like or let me just say it this way, like there's something on the speaker, like a piece of paper, and it rattles a little bit. That's kind of like what it sounds like. So my advice is don't crank it up all the way. Turn it down to, don't go above 95%, 90 to 95% on volume with this thing. Because if you keep it cranked up all the way, you're running the risk of blowing the speakers, and, well, that's kind of like your problem, not Creative's. I mean, if you can hear the distortion in the music coming through when you got it cranked up all the way, back it down until you don't hear that little bit of a rumble or like a loose piece of paper in there, a rattling sound. Turn it down till you don't hear that no more, okay? But otherwise, I think for the money you pay for this is a really good speaker to have. I wouldn't suggest putting it on your TV. I would suggest it's really just for like a laptop or a desktop type situation. And pretty much that's it. Oh, one other thing. When you use the USB Type-C cable in here, you can also use that to play music through here. You don't have to rely on Bluetooth. This is, by the way, this is not an auxiliary in either. It's strictly a headphone output. Okay, so I got my phone turned on. Let me get this powered back up. Press that button to turn it.
Now in pairing mode, waiting for connection. Bluetooth connected.
There you go. That's what you're going to hear. And now let me turn the volume up and down. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot I have to hit OK on that. That was up. So you're going to hear that little tiny beep every time it's either fully up or fully down. And of course the light turns blue when it's in Bluetooth. If it wasn't in Bluetooth, let me turn that off. It should say something like disconnected. Well, I had it turned down all the way. And it'll say Bluetooth disconnected when it's turned down all the way. But yeah, for the money that you get, or the money that you spend on this thing, on the Stage SE Mini from Creative, I think it's worth the money. It's great. I mean, if you don't want something that's going to be filling your room with audio and you just want to improve the audio on your laptop or have some good stuff, good audio on your desktop computer, that's what this is really aimed for. It's there for you to be when you're kind of close, playing your game or watching videos, movies, whatever it is you do. That's really what it's intended for. It's not really intended to sit down and have a party with, anything like that. So yeah, for the money, I think it's worth it. It's definitely a great couple steps above your laptop speakers or whatever you may have hooked up to your desktop. It's a great soundbar to get. This is the Creative Stage SE Mini, and I highly recommend you get this nice little soundbar. Okay, if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you'd share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.